Hello and welcome to this week's reading. We have a message from Aphrodite coming in today. It is Friday, Venus's day, and there's something that's blocking the way that you let love into your life. So let's dig into it and find out. As always, if this resonates with you, take it. If not, maybe it's not for you. Let's go ahead and get started. So first off, this is the deck that I use personally to connect with Aphrodite. So let's start there. What's blocking you from letting love into your life? The Magician, Stillness, the Beloved, and Transfiguration reversed, with Inner Peace upright and Harmony reversed. Okay. So your inner magician is the part of you that is connected with life beyond kind of what you see in front of you. It's the part of you, in tarot, the magician is the part of you that can manifest, can make things of nothing. You have the ability to manifest this love for yourself, but you're not being still. You're not sitting with yourself to allow this transmutation to happen. And because you're not taking time to sit with this energy, you're kind of open to more negative stuff coming your way. Not necessarily like negative outcomes, but more like negative energy coming from outside of you. This is all kind of interrupting your inner peace, and it's preventing you from finding harmony. And often the things in our lives mirror our outer world, mirrors our inner turmoil. So if we're not spending time with ourselves, if we're not taking moments to be with ourselves, to love ourselves, to be connected with ourselves, and to protect ourselves, then we're not going to be able to connect to peace, which is going to block us from manifesting the love that we want. To be able to receive the love that you want, you have to be willing to receive it. And you can start by receiving it from yourself. Let's see what else we got here. There's something inherently magical about this. Whenever I get the crone, I think about non-duality. I think about viewing things. The crone can consume beauty and suffering with the same mouth. It doesn't get caught up in good and bad. It views it all as information. But when I see the Lover reversed, there's this energy of obsession or attachment. And when I say obsession, I'm not talking about Joe Goldberg. I'm talking about being obsessed with the idea of love. I take these two cards together as you judging the part of yourself that wants to be loved, that wants love, and not being able to unconditionally love the part of yourself that seeks it. And because you can't unconditionally love yourself, you can't receive love from others. I think this is often we hear from people, well, you can't essentially, like, until you love yourself, you won't get love. There's a saying, but my brain is drawing a blank. Thank you, Vyvanse Shortage. But I think that is often misconstrued. What I believe it truly means is that until you are able to receive love from yourself, you're not going to be able to receive it from other people. So being sure to take the time to be still and connect with yourself so that you can then connect with others is crucial. As always, a love reading with me will always become about self-love because that is the root, that is the doorway. We have gentle moderation. Take your time. Let me pull that up a little bit. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by renegotiating what you're trying to accomplish. What if you're just trying to accomplish being at peace and receiving love from yourself? Go within to discover what needs to be done. Create the shift required to attract what you want. And that shift is connecting with and loving yourself unconditionally, even the parts that you'd rather didn't exist. We have dancing in the rainbow. Break free from whatever's holding you back. Express happiness. Find out what you truly desire. And disengage from outcomes. Let go so you can open yourself to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. Again, this is a very internal process. This is something that is very much connected with your own experience and care for yourself. So overall, the message I've received thus far is that it's important that you sit with yourself, you give yourself love and not so much directing negative judgment or criticism towards yourself. You don't need to push yourself to a specific outcome. You don't need to push yourself to get something specific. You need to learn that non-judgment and gentleness is the way forward. Unconditional love of self will help you to learn how to receive the love that you're looking for from others. You have the ability to manifest it, but you do not have the ability to receive it yet. And that's where that unconditional love comes in. Don't get so attached to the outcome that you don't actually see what's happening. You're going to be able to experience so much more love and excitement and joy when you love yourself. And this is a very uncomfortable process, but it's productive pain. It's pushing you towards growth that's really important. And you might be kind of avoiding discomfort right now. You might be stuck in old patterns of self-criticism, self-judgment, self-loathing, and it's time for you to put that away. It's time for you to love yourself the way that you give love to others, to have mutual love with yourself, and to not be so hypervigilant or overprotective of your sense of self that's built on an old identity that doesn't exist anymore. Find collaboration within yourself in the parts that you wish weren't there, the parts that you see as undesirable, instead of protecting yourself from admitting that they exist. Because ultimately, those parts that you don't like are, in a sense, trying to protect you from something. They just have old coping mechanisms, but you're getting really stuck in your head about it. And it's time for you to take a break from that. You have the ability to manifest the love you want, but you need to work on your ability to receive it. There's this imbalance between what your heart knows and what your head believes. We have the crone again in a different deck. Become so rooted in yourself and so open to nuance of your existence, of your humanity, of your presence, that all of it gets the love it deserves, even the parts you wish weren't there. Sit in your feminine energy of receivership. Separate what you've been conditioned to believe about what it means to be loved or what love should be or look like or do, and figure out how you authentically feel, because this conditioned belief is blocking you from expanding and from receiving. Let's see if there's any last things they want to add here, but I feel like this is a very clear message. Build a foundation of security, a foundation of making it happen for yourself, so that your feminine, our feminine energy, and this isn't really gendered as much as it is to show kind of this yin and yang of it, right? For the feminine to flourish, for the feminine to receive and to be, there needs to be the strong foundation and emotional and physical and secure safety provided by the masculine energy. So make sure that your masculine energy is in check so that your feminine can grow. You've got this. All you need to do, and I say this like it's easy, and I get it because I struggle with it too. Sit with yourself. Sit with the parts of yourself that you'd rather weren't there and love them the way that they deserve to be loved. Only then will you open up enough to receive love from others. So the question asked at the beginning of this reading is, what's blocking love in your life? And the very blunt answer is you and your ability to receive it. You can create it, but you can't receive it. I hope this was helpful. Honestly, it felt like I needed to hear it too. Let me know in the comments how this landed for you. Maybe it showed up in a specific way. Maybe this is full moon energy you needed. I don't know. But I look forward to seeing you next week.